Most people focus on the moment migration happens. The great departure, the thunder of thousands of feet, the instinctive push toward survival. But the real story doesn't start there. It starts the day after. Today, we're looking at what really happens after a migration fails, when the herd doesn't reach new feeding grounds, when the rains don't come, when predators follow too closely, when geography wins. Because extinction rarely happens in one dramatic scene. It begins quietly, subtly, almost invisibly. This is the day after migration failed. Let's start with the moment everyone remembers. The skies were changing. The dry season stretched longer than it should have. Vegetation thinned. Rivers shrank. For massive herbivores like Edmontosaurus, Triceratops, and other late Cretaceous giants, migration wasn't optional. It was survival. Fossil bone beds and isotopic analysis suggest some species likely moved seasonally across vast distances. They followed water. They followed plant growth cycles. And when food ran out, they moved. Why did it feel right? Because migration had worked before. Because instinct said go. Because staying meant certain starvation. The assumptions were simple. There will be food on the other side. The journey is survivable. The herd is strong enough. The predators won't overtake us. At the time, this decision made sense. Movement equals survival, until it doesn't. The day after, things still look fine. The herd is moving. Dust rises in golden light. Juveniles stay close to adults. The strong set the pace. There's reassurance in motion. Predators like Tyrannosaurus rex hang at a distance, opportunistic but cautious. A moving herd is dangerous prey. At first, nothing seems wrong. In fact, migration can produce early wins, fresh grazing patches along the way, temporary water pools, cooler highland air, distance from overgrazed land. For a moment, it feels like it worked. The dinosaurs are doing what evolution designed them to do. No judgment, no drama, just a species trying to survive. This is where the invisible shifts begin. Migration is expensive. For a 6 to 8 ton herbivore, daily caloric needs were enormous. Moving burns more energy than standing still. And juveniles, they burn even more. Subtle behavior changes begin. Adults graze less to keep pace. Smaller individuals fall slightly behind. The herd tightens formation. Stress hormones rise. New pressures emerge. Energy deficit. Moving through semi-barren terrain drains reserves. Predator shadowing. Carnivores follow migration routes. Environmental uncertainty. What if the destination has also dried? Small compromises start. Shorter rest stops, less feeding time, riskier water crossings, entering predator-rich corridors. No one dinosaur decides to make these trade-offs, but collectively, the system weakens. And here's the core truth. Migration doesn't fail in a single collapse. It fails when the energy equation turns negative, slowly. The consequences don't arrive loudly, they arrive slowly. The weakest juvenile collapses first. An elderly adult lags too far behind. Predators test the edges more aggressively. Then something compounds. Fewer adults equals less protection. Fewer juveniles, less future population. Lower energy, lower immune response. Disease spreads easier. Injuries heal slower. Birth rates decline next season. From the outside, it looks sudden. A mass die-off. A predator-driven collapse. A catastrophic event, but nothing broke overnight. The migration failed days, maybe weeks earlier. The collapse was just the final chapter. Most species don't ignore danger. They simply can't see long-term systemic failure. Dinosaurs operated on instinct, powerful, but not predictive. Several natural biases worked against them. 1. Evolutionary overconfidence. Migration worked for millions of years. 2. Process blindness. The herd feels safe because it's moving. 3. Emotional investment, biological commitment. Turning back may be more dangerous than continuing. Environmental lag climate shifts during the late Cretaceous were gradual. Vegetation patterns changed subtly before collapsing dramatically. And here's the hardest part. The herd doesn't know the destination has also failed. By the time that realization becomes physical, through hunger, exhaustion, or death, it's too late to reverse course. Experienced species and stable ecosystems don't judge survival by movement alone. They rely on redundant feeding zones, diverse migration routes, mixed-age herd structures, multiple water sources, seasonal breeding flexibility. Some species adapted, others didn't. Fossil evidence shows certain herbivores thrived in variable climates, others disappeared regionally. If we study bone density, tooth wear, nesting grounds, and isotopic signatures, we see patterns. The strongest populations weren't the fastest, they were the most adaptable. If the destination fails, adaptable systems, split herds, shorten migration, shift diet, delay breeding. The key wasn't strength, it was flexibility. The lesson isn't don't migrate. The lesson is plan for the day after migration. One mindset shift. Movement is not success. Sustainability is. One framing principle. Always measure energy in versus energy out. One long-term question. If this environment changes again, can we survive twice? For dinosaurs, sometimes the answer was no. And when enough migrations fail, extinction becomes inevitable. Most extinctions don't happen in a single dramatic asteroid strike. They happen in quiet ecological miscalculations, in exhausted herds, in failed migrations. Most decisions don't fail when they're made. They fail in the days, weeks, and seasons that follow. If this changed how you think about dinosaur survival, that's the goal. This is the day after, and next week we'll explore the day after the first predator adapted to pack hunting. Like, subscribe, and join us on Meet the Dinosaurs, because the real story always begins the day after.